Alright, so what I'm going to show is how to use OBS to send Austin Public a signal to go on the channels. And so OBS is a free open source streaming and recording software, and has a lot of options. It's actually a pretty good software, and it's something that we use in the studios right now, Studio 1, 2, and 3, to allow the producers to take the program out audio and video feeds from the studios and put it out onto their social media sites like Facebook and YouTube. And so what we now are able to do is kind of reverse that and allow you, the producer, remotely, whether from home or out in the field, to send us a signal to put on the channels. So this is very useful for right now for COVID-19, for you at home to be able to do a Google Meet or Zoom, any other streaming, conferencing that video conferencing that you're doing. You're able to send that to the TV station, and we can program that for you. You'll just have to coordinate with Charles Wright or myself on when to program that. But it's a pretty cool workflow that we have. And so after COVID-19, if you're watching this, then that would also be helpful if you're out in the field doing a multi-cam recording of something. Then you could be using OBS to send us a signal, and we can go live on the channels. So it's really going to change content distribution with how we receive and distribute content. So you may have seen this link and clicked on this from the training videos page, or you may have received it in an email from me, but this is from the Telview website. So Telview is the playback system that we use at the TV station. So it's the way that we program our files for the channels, as well as what goes out to the Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and Roku apps, and then VOD. If you upload content from home to us, then you're familiar with Telview Connect. Alright, so you can skip over the Hypercaster configuration. That's on our end, but we will be sending you a stream key. So if you are interested in doing this, whether now or in the future, just let Charles or myself know, and then we can give you your own stream key. It'll be your show's name, or maybe just your name. Something simple. Alright, but I'm going to kind of follow along through these instructions, but then also visually show you. So in another video, the first video I have posted, I covered how to capture audio on a Mac. So if you have a Mac and you're going to be playing videos from your laptop, then you're going to want to watch that video on how to do this, or read through these instructions. So I'm going to start here. So on OBS, you can click this website. It'll take you here, and then you will be able to download it for Windows, Mac, or Linux. And then you can follow the steps. It's been a while since I've installed it, so I'm not quite sure at this point what comes up, but just kind of follow steps 2 and 3 on the auto configuration wizard, and then the optimize for streaming options. But on 4, we'll go to the video settings. So let me open up OBS. So it looks like this when you open it up. Blackmagic device is a source that I've added, so don't worry about not seeing that. And you can either go to OBS preferences and get to these settings, or you can go down here to the controls and you can click settings. And so we're going to work with the video, audio, and stream. Okay, so what these instructions are saying are to go to the video settings. So go to video settings. We want the base canvas to be 1920 by 1080, and then the output scale. This might have already auto configured for you, but this is something that I had from when we would use this in the studios. So you could just either choose this or kind of do a test run and just see what looks good, or what OBS feels like your output should be scaled to. Alright, and then common FPS, so I have 60. I don't actually have the options of what these instructions say, either 60 or 30, but prefer 60 when possible. I don't see that option, so I just selected 60. Alright, hit OK. And then next, it's going to ask you to go into the stream settings. So I'm going to go back into OBS and go back to settings. On the stream side, you're going to want to use this. So this is our actual IP address for the playback system. So in these instructions here, it will have just this, you can copy and paste that, but you're missing, if you copy and paste this, you're missing the IP for our hypercaster, which is our playback system. So this is an example here, but that's not ours. So I will leave this up. You're going to want to use this and type this out into your server. All right, and then the stream key, I have just a generic one right now. I will provide you with one, either a generic one or a personalized one if this is something that you're going to be doing a lot. That way we can easily program you on our end. And so again, it'll be just maybe your show name or your own name. And then, sorry, the service needs to be custom, and then you'll get the server option, and you'll type exactly this, and then the stream key will be something that I provide you. All right, and then we can go back into settings, and we can go to the video or the audio. And the only thing I had to do here was go down to the mic auxiliary audio, and I made sure that I had the I show you audio capture. That's because I'm on a Mac. So if you're on a Mac, you want to do this. It's that's so you can capture audio from things that you're playing on your computer. But we also, if you remember, we built that multi-output device, which is going to be the I show you audio capture and your built-in output. All right. If you're using a PC, then it recommends putting your audio on USB audio codec. All right, so those are the instructions here. So you can just follow along. OBS preferences, audio, and then follow those. All right. All right, and then the sources section. So once you get your audio, let me go back into OBS. Once you get your stream key set up, your audio, and your video, you should be pretty set. Now we need to add a source. So what are you streaming? You can have multiple sources on at once. You can rearrange them and size them in this. So this is kind of your view of what you'd be sending us. And so you can hit the plus sign down here, and you have several different options. So window capture will be a specific window you have open on your computer. So that could be a Google Meet conference call or a Zoom conference call. It could be a tab of Chrome that has YouTube. A display capture is going to be what you have open on your computer at that moment. All right, you can also choose a browser, media source, so you can play around with it. I haven't tested all of these I've used, so just for instance, a display capture, once I say, you know, I'll just put my computer, name it whatever you want, or name it just the default. Okay, and then that's now, yeah, looks crazy because that's my display on my laptop, all right? But I'll hit OK. So I now have my computer hooked up. I can go to plus sign. I can add a window capture. I'll call this, I guess, YouTube. Okay. I'm going to go where I have Google Chrome. I have some funny TV bloopers, news bloopers. Who doesn't love those? So I'm going to select that. All right, I'm going to hit OK. So that is now something that I can size down and move up. I move around. So again, you can have different sources. As you can see, you can have different sources open at once. But I'm going to size this appropriately. All right, so that is actually, so I have that now up onto OBS, but it's on my Chrome. So I can come and hit play. So now if I go back into OBS, you'll see that's playing. All right. So you can see how that works. So that's my YouTube interface, and I can turn that on and off. Get to my computer, turn that off, and so you can add all these different sources. All right. And so also, what you want to check is that you have. If I hit play, you want to make sure that you're getting audio from whatever video you're playing. So make sure that is checked on and off. All right, I don't see it. Now I see it. Gotta wait for it. All right. Cool. So that's your audio and video settings. Again, all that's through the settings right there. So let me get this out of here. And so now what I should do is, so let me at least turn it back on there. I can hit start streaming. And I get this green light right here. It tells me that I am now streaming. So that means I am connected to the server on the TV at the TV station at Austin Public. I can do a record. I can go to studio mode, and this is actually how I can do some cuts. I can preview something, cut over. I can actually add. Not quite sure what's going on with the glitching there, but I can add lower thirds, as a source. So just kind of play around with it. Still things that I'm learning. But yeah, it's a pretty cool software. And so you can toggle back and forth between studio mode, and then so you're now streaming to us. And so if I go on to TelView and I take myself live, then I would be airing these YouTube channels live on the channels. So, all right, let me just go back and make sure that I'm not missing anything else from these instructions. Yeah, you can read through this. Talks about recording, but that's pretty much it. So I would say, if you had Facebook, let's say you're sending a source into your computer and you're going live on your own Facebook, or you're using your own camera on your laptop to go live on Facebook. You can then, on OBS, you could then go create a source and find, window capture, right? Call it Facebook, and then go find that stream here, and you would be able to then send us that Facebook live stream. Just make sure you're open or have it on full screen so we're not seeing the comments and stuff. And that would be a way for you to be going live on Facebook, but then also sending it to us on the channels. So get creative. If you have any questions, shoot me an email or ask Charles. He knows OBS better than I do. So, all right.